This morning, one man is dead and another behind bars after a shooting between neighbors. And a Pike County murder investigation is one step closer to a resolution.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this October 9th. It's just about 5 o'clock this morning and time for a look at our weather with meteorologist Eric Dean. It's a bit cooler out, Eric, so I'm all sorts of happy about that right there.
You know, when I was coming in, it was chilly out there. I was wearing the long sleeves, and my first thought was, this is going to make Amelia very happy.
I am jazzed right now.
So I'm glad you're happy. I'm happy. I'm sure the viewers are happy as well that the 90-degree weather and heck, even the 80-degree weather for the most part, it's out of here. Serious note, though, we are seeing some patchy fog. Take a look here at the scene in Pikeville right now. You can see that fog is in play throughout eastern Kentucky. So if you do have travel plans this morning, please make sure you keep the low beams on and allow yourself extra time to get from point A to point B, especially if you're over towards the Harlan area, Middlesboro area, even the Hazard area. Hazard says 10 miles, but the tower cam here at the WYMT studios is saying otherwise. So again, just please allow yourself extra time to get to your destination. All is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar, and this is going to get a break for the next several days. Temperatures right now 40s, even low 50s, 54 in Monticello, otherwise 43 in Hazard, 41 in Clintwood, 45 in Wise. There's your day planner for today, only going into the mid-60s. I'll have the complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Right now, it is 5 o'clock on the dot, and we'll toss it back to Amelia.
Thank you, Eric. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office arrested a Somerset man after he reportedly shot his neighbor. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to officials about what they know so far.
Deputies with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office responded to a gunshot victim call early Wednesday morning. The caller claimed her husband, Adam Roark, had been shot by their neighbor. Once they arrived at the home at 209 Dogwood Lane in Somerset, deputies say they found Roark with multiple gunshot wounds.
There was life-saving measures that were that the responding deputies and EMS attempted to do.
Roark was pronounced dead at the scene. Patrol units found the suspect, James Gleason, outside of his home. Deputies then arrested Gleason and was taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center for further questioning. According to the arrest citation, Gleason claimed that Roark and his wife had been threatening him with direct energy weapons for years, and claimed Adam was actively threatening him that night. The citation goes on to explain Adam was walking up the road when Gleason, quote, took matters into his own hands, end quote, and shot him approximately 7 times, or until the pistol was empty, but stating there was not an altercation prior to the incident. The citation says Gleason claimed there was a firearm under Roark's arm during the incident, but officials say no firearm was found on or around the victim. A detective working on the case said they believe there were some witnesses, however, they cannot go into detail about who they were or what they said.
So at this time, we believe that this was the only suspect involved. There's no reason for anybody to be panicked about something else happening. We believe this is an isolated incident and the subject has been arrested.
A couple of neighbors I spoke to said they did not hear anything at the time of the incident. In Pulaski County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Gleason was charged with murder and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and is being held on a $1 million bond. 2 men appeared in Pike Circuit Court yesterday in connection to a 2019 murder in the South Williamson community. Charles Ray Blevins and Demetra Smith are each charged with murder after investigators say they were involved in killing 44-year-old Adrian Smith near the South Williamson flood wall on July 6, 2019. They appeared before Judge Eddie Coleman yesterday for a pretrial conference, during which prosecutors announced plans to bring the men and the victim's family to the table to discuss how to best move forward.
It is too early to make a recommendation. I really want to talk to that mom, the victim's mom, get her input. So as of right now, I just can't speculate as to what a recommendation will be. The gentleman may want to go to trial, so we just have to see where the chips fall.
That mediation is expected to take place in December before the 2 men appear back in court in January. Well, this November will mark 10 years since Officer Daniel Ellis was ambushed and shot in the line of duty in Richmond. Ellis died 2 days later, but his legacy lives in a number of ways. Next week, his cousin, Kentucky native Hannah Ellis, and Curb recording artist will host a fundraiser in his honor. It will be at the First Officer Down Golf Classic in Nashville, and she's participating with Cops or Concerns of Police Survivors to help raise money for families or fallen officers.
Kind of just step in and offer resources, everything from summer camps for the kids to counseling for the spouses to covering the costs of them going to the memorial service up in Washington, D.C.
10 years does not erase the pain of losing Daniel, but Hannah Ellis is hoping her efforts can at least bring some comfort to others who have received the same terrible news. What police are classifying as a domestic violence incident left one man seriously injured and his brother behind bars. Madison Porter shares the details of Tuesday night's Georgetown shooting.
It happened here at the Amerson Orchard Apartments on the east side of Georgetown, which was described by one resident as a family-oriented community. Georgetown police responded to a call just before 11 o'clock that someone was accidentally shot. According to an arrest citation, police found the resident, 22-year-old Brian Newman, his wife, his brother, and their friend at this apartment. They say Newman invited the other two men over, then the three of them started drinking, playing music, and dancing. During the evening, Newman took out the handgun that he owns, and the citation states he started dancing around with it when he fired it, hitting his brother in the face. Georgetown police arrested Newman early Wednesday morning at the police station on an assault charge. The citation says his brother, on the other hand, went to the hospital to be treated for a severed spinal cord. The record states while Newman was playing with the gun, he was unintentionally pointing it around the room, including at the other people. A person at the apartment complex said on Wednesday, "It's a horrible situation, but she can't help but think that the bullet could have gone through the wall into another apartment." The National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke says damage to the spinal cord can cause changes in body functions below the point where the injury happened. At this point, we do not know the total extent of the victim's injuries. In Georgetown, Madison Porter, WKYT.
Georgetown police say they're not ready at this point in the investigation to make an on-camera statement. The sheriff of Kentucky's smallest county was arrested Tuesday. Robertson County Sheriff Terry Gray was stopped for drunk driving. It was his third DUI in 2 years. The sheriff of Mason County is the person who arrested Gray. The arrest citation says Gray's blood alcohol level was more than 3 times the legal limit.
It was absolutely scary, and the way he was driving, I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't know if somebody had stolen his cruiser or what.
The director of the State Sheriff's Association and Governor Beshear have called on Gray to resign. If he doesn't within 5 days, the governor says he will take steps to remove him from office. Kentucky law banning convicted felons from carrying firearms will remain in effect. The State Court of Appeals recently reversed a lower court's ruling. This all started when Jack Roy Lamont Frazier, a convicted felon, looked to dismiss his firearms charge. He argued the Kentucky law violated his Second Amendment right. The court said the legislature has the right to disarm those deemed dangerous. The appellate court has ordered Frazier's charges be reinstated. Kentucky State Police in London are looking for a wanted man. If you look at your screen, you can see a picture of Tommy Parton. Troopers say he is wanted for DUI, drug possession, fleeing or evading, and being a persistent felony offender. They say he's just about 5 feet 9 inches tall with brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any info, you're asked to contact the London KSP post at 606-878-6622. Federal law enforcement officials announced the arrest of a man in connection with a wildfire that ripped through large parts of Los Angeles County, California at the start of this year. 29-year-old Jonathan of Florida is accused of lighting a fire that was initially extinguished by fire crews but continued to smolder underground before reigniting. The fire killed at least 12 people and leveled thousands of homes and buildings. Well, thanks so much for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 5:08. Coming up, we'll explain how one program is giving those with Parkinson's disease a stronger voice.
And in the world of weather, we are seeing a little bit of patchy fog out there right now, but all in all, it's going to be mainly quiet. Details coming up.